What is meditation? What is it supposed to do? You might have tried meditation before and got bored sitting around in quiet. The short answer is, when there's a lot of turbulence, a lot of wind inside you, uneasiness, nervousness, head problems, money problems, family problems, and when you use meditation, if there is an answer, you will find it. And when you find the answer, you need to make yourself go, do it, action. That's what meditation is for. There's a lot of noise and feelings in your body influencing your mind. Using meditation brings the volume, the noise in your head down. It's like walking away from a noisy room that has lots of different music playing at the same time, then going to a quieter room so you can hear the correct advice your friend is trying to give you. Meditation means in your head you're going to a quieter space to hear the correct answer better. In school, when you're doing an important exam, it's quiet in the exam room and it's only you versus the exam paper. These are the optimal conditions to perform. Imagine having to do one of these strict exams in East Asia that decides your whole career path, but you had to do the exam in a room of screaming kindergartners. Your exam results are going to be worse. So meditation does the first part. Make noise in your head quiet enough for the path to the answer to get clearer. That's step 1. What is step 2? So at that point, you found the answer. You know what to do. You figured out what you needed to study for the exam. You know where you're good at, and you know where you are not so strong at, and therefore need to practice more. If you don't do it, you might fail that life-changing exam. And in East Asia, like South Korea, retaking the exam is meaningless. It is entered into the record, and the top employers and universities won't take you. Simple. So if you know the answer to the problem, but ignore action, you are screwed. Simple as that. This particular thing is the problem most people have. You know the answer, but you won't do the action. So the problem keeps coming back at you over and over and over again, each time hurting you more. That is called procrastination. There's something in people that the longer they don't act on something they know the answer to, the more likely they are not going to do it. And that's a nasty trap. But we are getting ahead of ourselves. This video is about meditation. Step 1. Making things in your head calm enough to find the answer. This is Dr. Cryptolite, shining a light on the cryptic answers. So you're stressed, nervous, and don't quite know what's wrong. I mean, what's really wrong. And you want the bad feelings to go away or be lowered to something manageable. So yes, do find a quiet space. If you live in a city and can't find a quiet space, here's a secret. Some Catholic churches during the daytime have their doors wide open and no one is inside. If you stay quiet and clean while you're in there, you can meditate in peace. Because when you sit on the church pews quietly with your eyes closed, it looks like you're praying, and no one's gonna bother someone in deep prayer. Thank us later. So you found a quiet space. The seating position doesn't matter. Be comfortable. Make time for around 20 minutes. That's how long you're going to be quiet for. No music. You can have earphones on with nothing playing, in order for you not to get distracted by footsteps or noisy emergency vehicles outside flying past. Next, settle in. All that walking and finding the right place where you feel you won't be disturbed took time. So settle in, quiet down, let your heart rate normalize. Close your eyes, take 3 to 5 deep breaths, pulling the air through your nose, deep down to the bottom part of your lungs, so deep you can feel them through your spine. Hold it for just 2 seconds. Breathe out from your mouth. Repeat. Then breathe normal. Keep the eyes closed. So your eyes are closed. It's dark. In the center of the darkness, I want you to create a mental image, a ring, a silver circle, a bright one. Think about it. If it is the first time you meditate this way, you actually might want to play this video in your ears while you do it. I will tell you to pause this session just before you really get into it. Don't worry, I'll tell you what you need to focus on. Focus. Make that ring of light wider and denser. Think of a fluffy cake versus a heavy fudge cake. Make that ring dense, heavy. Hold that focus. Hold that image. Now, at the same time, try to think of nothing and slow down your mind. The same way you slowed your breathing, slow your thinking. Literally think slower, slower, slower. You have that glowing silver ring ahead of you. Now look into the center of the ring, the dark part. Just observe. I'll count from 15 down to 0. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. We are nearing the part where I will tell you to pause the session. Here is what's going to happen next. A game is coming. As you focus on the ring and think of nothing, your mind will start to draw you in with memories, thoughts, future events, funny conversations. Your mind is going to try to make you think of something. Your job is to recognize that that is happening and pull away from it and think nothing. As your mind sends you these curveballs, you will notice that some thoughts go away easy while others keep coming back, trying to pull you in. Make a note of those returning ones for later. The job right now is to focus on the task of thinking nothing. Look into the center of the ring, into the darkness, and be still. You will notice that some of these bubbles with your thoughts and emotions did succeed in pulling you in. That's fine, as long as you remember quick enough to pull out, calm the emotions, and focus on nothing. You will notice each time your mind succeeded in pulling you away from your task. Getting back out of those thoughts costed you energy. You have a jar of energy, and each time that you have to pull that maneuver, the energy in that jar lowers, but you will need that energy at the end of this focus session. If you're struggling with this, flash your screen and dream up empty bubbles floating around your glowing and floating big silver ring. Make the bubbles stick to each other, forming a ring around your silver ring. That is your barrier, your dream catcher, if you will. When the thoughts come back, cast them, throw them into one of those bubbles. They will go right in, like magnets. When those thoughts are trapped in there, they will use the shiny skin of the bubbles as a TV screen. You hear no noise, it's on mute, but whatever thought you have cast into it is now trapped in a tiny bubble playing on a tiny screen. One problem solved. If you want, make a tennis game out of it. Whenever one of those repeating thoughts come, imagine a tennis racket and smack those thoughts into one of those bubbles and get it sucked in, a trap. Here is what I'm gonna tell you to pause the video. Come back once no more thoughts come to mind because you trapped them all. So you're back. The mind is calm. The thoughts have stopped entering. You have clarity. You get to observe you without the extra In fact, this exercise was designed to momentarily separate the extra from you. Some might use this exercise to get a bit of peace of mind. Others will use this as an attack list. Now they know what it is they need to do. They can do it and focus on them, and your problems won't return again. You have witnessed what the back of your mind was doing. The back of the mind who you don't directly get to speak to. You had the opportunity to observe what was going on within you. You had a direct observation of what the other person in you feels. Some call them the 4-year-old you. It is the part in you that in a dangerous situation quickly makes decisions for you. The options of fight, run, or stand frozen in the same place. It is the same part of you that forces you to cry even if you don't want to. It is the same part that gets angry and gets into an immediate and regrettable fight. You are more than one. You are the thinking part that is the decision maker under ordinary conditions. And you have the limbical, the one making decisions when there is no time to think. And there's the genius, scientist, bioengineer. This one has all the doctorate degrees from the best universities from birth and knows what to do to keep you alive and keep you fixed up and going and keep you balanced in health. And some even say there's a spiritual part, the one that represents the results of your decisions for you, to a being that never was born on this earth and judges your record. But today, we are only going to focus on the first two parts, the decision maker and the other you. This was Dr. Cryptolite, shining a light on the cryptic answers.